is our military. Well, I don't want to say completely, but we redid the display.
2 years now.
Is it 2 years? Oh, yeah. Last year we weren't. I know. Oh, we were bummed. We had originally had stuff from Civil War to the Vietnam War. Well, now we've kind of moved the Civil War out and put in more of our World War I and II things, and we do still have some Vietnam, a little bit of stuff from the Korean Wars, and a lot of the uniforms were donated. When they found out we were doing this, families from the area came and donated their family members' uniforms. So, and then of course we do still have some stuff from Stanley and Fred, who were both in World War I.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stanley's on a sub chaser too.
And Fred was, what did they call him? Gas something.
He was a gas master.
Yeah.
Something like that. In fact, this is Fred. Some of his instruments and tools that he had. And there's some glass in here
Things on this side.
that he.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's from a cathedral in Germany.
Get this off. We'd like him to put this on, but I don't know if I can. Well, he's a young man. I know he's being cameraman, but maybe not.
Oh. Is it stuck?
It's just really slow.
We'll just have him pick it up.
Yeah.
Here you go.
This is they call it a flak jacket or a bulletproof
Well, just a
vest
minute,
that
you
they
got-
have. What's up there?
Something's hooked on. This is hooked on.
Oh, the basket, the bag.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the bag's not all that heavy. But yeah, this they would have to wear this
That's
while
from
they were
Vietnam War.
yeah, while they were in the field fighting, they would wear that. That was their bulletproof vest.
Yep. Well, that was a little heavier than when I got issued. I was in the Army.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing's heavy.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That thing's just made out of lead.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah.
That's what they had to wear to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Is that
Fun. This is interesting. The planes. A guy called and he said, "Would you like some model planes?" And we said, "Sure, why not?" You know, I thought when I was a kid, model planes,
Right,
about
yeah.
that big. He came with these. Holy moly! So what do we do? I said, "We have to find a way to hang them." So we hung them up there. His father was in World War I, and he trained on this to be a pilot.
Oh, wow.
And he did very well as a flying, but he couldn't land. So they said, never mind, you're not going to be a pilot. So they put him on this instead, and he was back in the tail gun. He was a tail gunner on that plane. So he built models of the two planes.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, there's a lot of war history here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's stuff that people haven't ever seen. We've got.
And there's stuff that's not out because
Yes.
we didn't put that out yet, have we?
No.
The grenade.
Yeah.
We found
Yeah.
this thing, someone dropped off this stuff and we didn't know what it was. It was about yay long. It kind of looked like it might have been a torch or something, and that's what we call it, this is a torch. Well, one day I'm sitting at home and I'm watching reruns of Hogan's Heroes.
Oh,
And here is this torch.
yeah.
And Sergeant Schultz.
Yes, in Sergeant Schultz's belt. Hogan grabs it and in one scene he throws it and he yells grenade. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what we have.
Grenade?
It was a grenade. It was called, the Americans called it, and the other allies called it a German potato masher grenade because of how it looked. It looked like
Mhm.
a potato. It had the flat end on it, and they would pull the string and then launch it. And
Oh, yeah.
so that's how we found out what it was.
Yeah. Thank goodness Kathy likes to watch
Old
old ones.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it's some of those things are difficult to figure out what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's stuff. I just trained in World War II landmines because that was my job, is disarming landmines. So.
Ooh.
It was all World War II era stuff, and here I am. It was in the 90s. We're still, trying to figure out how to dismantle World War II mines, and that's what I was trained on.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of when I was in, they were still using a lot of this stuff as far as of what your, especially explosives, of how to dismantle the stuff.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it's all really interesting.
Yeah, and all these books have got all kinds of wonderful stories in them, and there's things to look at. And this was made in Michigan. Back in the earlier days, propellers on planes were one piece for the two. Well, if something happened, you get a part of it. Then you have to do the whole thing, take the plane, it's a dismantle, it's a big job. So this company in Michigan developed one, you screw each one on.
Oh.
So if something happens to one, all you have to do is unscrew it and put a new one on. Instead of, it was a revolutionary idea.
Yeah, because you have to balance them otherwise. It's a lot harder to get a piece of wood to do that.
This is one of my favorite pictures. Kathy's got all kinds of things that she donated here from her father, but they fell down. But no, this is one of them. This picture is a picture. You see all these guys?
Yeah.
This is them when they're older.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Same guys, same plane, same position.
Wow. Yeah, that's something to do with those time photos like that.
Yeah. And the first person to test a parachute was a woman.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Yes. We're full of things. We have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
This room is still in process. My husband's fixing a Victorian type toilet for me. And after that, then this is a tub. There is no
Drains.
Yeah. There's a drain, but you'd have to have a hose that would go into a pail.
Oh, yeah.
And so they would go and they would get water here, and then they would pour it in with this one. And so yes, this is still being in process.
Yeah, there's a lot of little rooms with a lot of history.
Yeah. We had a display in that room before it was lighthouses. Before that, it was something else. We've used that for several things. So it's a pretty good sized room. And we're going to do a doctor's display. Like this is from Dr. Luke's office to make casts. And we've got all kinds of stuff on the third floor. And then the archives are back in this one here. Another little room.
All kinds of entrances here and there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Oh, that'll do it for our first time, I think. Our batteries are almost dead.